Hello and welcome to this session on Log4j, and today we will see how to configure Log4j using Log4j.xml configuration file, and we will also see what is the difference between Log4j properties versus Log4j.xml configuration file. In the last session we have already seen what is Log4j. We have also seen how do you start Log4j and how do you add Log4j libraries into your Java project, how do you create references for Log4j, how do you create log4j.properties configuration file, and we also ran and validated it, and we have also seen these different log levels. So just in case you have not watched the last session, I will provide the link for that session in the description section or the note section of this video. So all these helpful tips, how to append or overwrite files, how to make logging off, all this we have seen. These configuration file we have also seen. So configuration files can be written in XML, JSON, YAML or properties file. The most commonly used configuration files in log4j are XML and properties file. We have seen the properties file in the last session, and today we will see XML, and these are some FAQs. Again, this is we have discussed in the last session. So now let us come back to our today's session, which is using the log4j XML file. So I will go to my Eclipse, and here is the maven project that I have created, and you can use any of your Java project. And in the last session we already added the log4j dependencies, maven dependencies in our pom.xml, so you can see these log4j dependencies. And also we created this log4j.properties file here, and we also created this class log4j demo, and here we have created this log manager dot get logger, and we have given our class log4j demo dot class, and here we are doing all these log statements. Now we will do this using a log4j.xml file instead of a properties file. So again, in the same folder, src main resources, I will right click and I will say new, and I will go to file. You may want to go to others if you are not seeing the file option here, and here I will say log4j2.xml. Now take care that you are saying you are using the log4j2 and not log4j1 here, because that is now no longer used or updated or supported. So we will say log4j2.xml and say finish, and here I have to write the configuration file. So for that, let me go to my browser and search for a sample. I will say log4j2 example file examples, and here uh, let me just search for, yes, this is a good example. I have already seen this earlier. So this is from how to do in Java, and this is the configuration file, and this is the configuration file for log4j2.xml. So you can see this is for logging to console. So if you just want to log into console and not to a file, you can use this. And here is logging into rolling files, so this you can use for logging into files. So I will just copy this one, because this is logging to files as well as on the console. And let me just explain you this particular XML file. I will go back to my Eclipse and paste it here, and yes, this is our file. So you can see this starts with configuration tag, and then we have a properties tag, and here we are saying property base path is equal to, you can give any location here. So here what I will do is I want to use the same location, which is my logs folder, and this was created by our log4j2.properties file. So I will also use the same location logs here. So if you just give the name, so that will be considered as from the in the parent project folder. So this is in the parent project folder, and here name file logger, I will say base path, which is this logs, and here I will give the name as, so earlier I had given my logs.log, here I will give my logs 1.log. So I can identify that this is getting generated from an log4j.xml file, and here the rest of the things I can keep it as it is. So here what I will do is, this is fine, all this is fine, and you can also compare it with the log4j properties file. Here also we have given the property file name, here we have given the base path, then we have given the file name here, here we have given it as it like this. So you can see we have given it like this here, file name. So these are the same things, just that we are now creating it in a XML format. I will try to save it, and if I try to run my log4j demo here, I will just try to run this now. Now here, this is now still taking log4j.properties file because it has not yet created my log4j, my mylogs1.log file. So that means in log4j, the priority is given to log4j.properties file before the XML file. So in case it finds the properties file first, it will go use that, and only after that it will search for XML file. So let me do one thing. I will change the name of the log4j properties file to something different so that it does not take it from here. I will just append _1 so that the configuration is not taken from here and it is taken from log4j 2.xml file, and I will run it again. I'll run it from here. And yes, looks like now it is taking from our XML file because now we are not getting the trace message. And also if I refresh it, I refresh my project, I will get this mylogs1.log, and here I'm not getting anything. So let me just go back to my log4j2.xml, and here let me just check, and I believe here I have to give my package name. So my package name here is demo, so I will give it demo here and run this again. And let me just check now my file, my logs1 dot, yes, it is having the data here. And also now I will make the level from debug to, let me say, trace or info. I will say trace here again. Here let me say trace, and I think that's it. So let me just try to run it again, and this time I should get all the messages. If I look at the console, I'm getting the trace messages here, and if I look at my file, I will refresh and look at my file, and here you can see we are getting the trace message or not. Let me just check. I think we are still not getting the trace message. Again, let me go and see where I have to give the level. Additivity, let me make it as false. Yeah, I think this is the here, right? This should be trace. I think this is not required. This is file logger is trace, and now if I run this, I should get the trace log messages in the file also. So I will refresh it and I will go to my logs, and yes, you can see we are getting the trace messages logged here as well. So this is how you can use log4j 2.xml files. And if you have to look at the differences, so if I search for log4j 2.properties versus log4j 2.xml, if I search for this, let me search for, let me not write 2 here, and here this is a Stack Overflow article that is will be very useful. So you can see this Stack Overflow article, they have explained it very beautifully. So in log4j.xml or the XML format, you get some advanced options that you do not get in log4j.properties, and this is explained very beautifully here. And there are also some other links that you can see here. Why choose XML over properties file? So you can watch, you can see this as well, and this will again tell you the differences. And you can decide if you want to use a properties file or you want to use an XML file. So most of the cases, all your configuration can be set by both of these files. There will be just some differences that you can always go and look at it here. What is the differences and why do you want to use XML over properties file? So that was all in today's session. I hope this was very useful for you. I will meet you in the next episode. Thank you for watching.